Hello, thank you for clicking on this video. This is my first video on this channel, so subscribe, I guess. Today we're gonna be talking about Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist because I love this show. I was looking up, Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist, just looking at scenes and stuff. I'm like, but nobody else is talking about it. So I was like, bitch, that has to change. First of all, I just want to say that I am a big Glee fan. So, when Glee ended, my musical heart, it erupted, even though the last season of Glee. So Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist is about this girl named Zoey who gets her brain checked, right, like an MRI, I think. And during this thing, an earthquake happened because earthquakes are rampant in California. Music got zapped to her brain, so she is able to hear people's, what is called heart songs in the show. So basically, whatever somebody's feeling, they'll sing a song that represents that feeling. Back then, I love it because it's low-key reminding me of like That's a Raven. Like, bitch, I love some powers. I love powers. I love musicals. One thing that sets this show away from like Glee and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is that, granted, like in the grand scheme of things, this seems like it's very fantasy, but they do it so real. It's so realistic. It's like when they sing, it's not a whole bunch of auto-tune. It's not like it's not overly produced, which I really love. It's very organic and it feels like real life. Which Glee, when the music comes, bitch, it was like a whole goddamn production. You hear some motherfucking auto-tune. It doesn't feel like professional singers singing and dancing. And I think that's the real genius of Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist, is how realistic and not overly done-y. Like, they're not doing top hits, although they do have some, but they're not just doing like top hits in the Billboard charts. It's like really like, girl, I guess spoilers. Girl, the show been off for like 6 months, girl, so at this point. The storylines in the show are so good. Is that he has like let me see, child. Zoey's dad has PSP, with progressive supranuclear palsy, which basically he can't speak and stuff, so he speaks to her through music, which is like, oh my god, it's so like, right then it got me. He dies, and one thing about the show, it made me cry, and which is, I don't really cry. I don't cry at TV shows, I don't cry at movies like that. So the fact that this show really tugged at my heartstrings and I cried, that let me know, I was like, okay, this is something special, because I rarely cry at TV shows and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is top tier. This is top tier. Okay, the cast in this show is so good. Which the casting is very, like, girl, it's very, what's it called? Jane Levy is on this show. Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist. But Zoey was on this other show named What If? And What If had Blake Jenner, who was on Glee with Alex Newell. Alex Newell was on Glee, right? Okay. And also, Skylar Astin was on Glee. One episode, but he was on the girl. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so back on What If. The black guy, Simon, who's on Simon on Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist, is on What If with Jane Levy. So it's just like, okay, this is all connected. Speaking of What If, I looked it up, and What If is not canceled or renewed. Netflix needs to go on that, because I need to know girl, they ended on a little cliffhanger, and I was like, girl, I need to know. But yeah, I just thought that was so funny how Blake Jenner was on Glee with Alex Newell, and then Jane Levy is now on the show with Alex Newell, and Jane Levy was also on the show with Simon. So it's just like, it's the circle of life. So his brother on the show, I don't remember his name, child. But he is the original little kid from the Falsettos Broadway play, which is like, girl, what? I love the Falsettos, although I did not see the original Broadway play. But he's from Falsettos, and Falsettos is such a good play. Oh my goodness. The fact that he was just on Falsettos, girl, I love him. Jane Levy, or Letty, I don't know. I love you, girl. But speaking of Jane, girl, when I was looking at what else she's been in, I knew she was in Evil Dead, which I love that movie, the remake of Evil Dead, which was so good. Girl, I was like, girl, you better act in that. Then I found out she was motherfucker. Can I cuss? Okay, of course I can cuss. It's my motherfucking channel. But she was in Shameless, and she played Mandy. I think she replaced the old Mandy, but she played Mandy. The range Jane has. Oh my God, girl, the range. I guess I'm gonna talk about some of my favorite songs from this season. Okay, one of my favorite songs, which I think is actually one of everybody's favorite songs from this season, is I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. Girl, when this came on, I was like, first of all, Skylar, you better sing. You better sing. And also I was like, oh my God, I wish I had a man. Yeah, but Skylar, baby, I knew he could sing, but I put a spell on you, girl. Okay, I did not like Leaf. I think that's his name. The character's name is Leaf. I did not like Leaf because he's very irritating. He's very irritating. But girl, when he started put a spell on you, I was like, oh wait. Because he sang on the show before, but he wasn't singing like this. He started singing, and he started growling, and I was like, And Jesus Christ Superstar. I'm a musical nerd. So, of course I love Jesus Christ Superstar. Anything a musical reference. Speaking of musicals, they had two legendary Broadway actors on the show on their first season. They had Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. Not Eliza and Peggy, but they had Angelica, girl. They had Renee Elise Goldsberry on the first season. And also they had Bernadette Peters. Oh my God. They had Bernadette Peters. Broadway royalty. I mean, come on, the witch. Original witch of Into the Woods, Miss Thing. Back onto the songs. My favorite songs that ever came off. The Great Pretender. Oh my God. Oh yes, I'm the Great Pretender. Alex better sing. You left me to dream all alone. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yes, my need is such, I pretend too much. I mean, we got lower register Alex. I mean, come on now. Top tier. American Pie. Y'all, when American Pie, the cinematography, oh my God, it was a one-shot take, and I love me a one-shot take. Oh, I replay it, and I actually watched the video a lot. It's really so good. Oh my God. I love a team effort, and the way it was just one shot, and it was all the storylines blended together. Oh God. You better they better write a fucking show. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Season finale was, oh my God, I was speechless. So good. It was so good. So that's basically it. Go watch this show, y'all, please. I need this to go up. I need this show to be renewed and renewed and renewed, girl. oh my God, I need more people talking about it. It's so good. So good. So good. Every time I think of Angelica, I gotta do this. Cause I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Some men say that I'm a tense or I'm a sane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hope these truths to be self-evident that I'm real created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm gonna compel him to include women in the sequel. What? Okay. Ooh, I was a lonely teenage pumpkin bud with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew it was all of love the day the music died. It started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the day. He better run. The day the music died. It started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.